Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I've done I think a few videos on my long distance relationship. This is one of those videos. Disclaimer, I'm not saying I'm an expert because I sure as hell am not. I've just been in a relationship for 5 years in a long distance and we're still together, so I just thought I'd share what I've learned, because I have received some messages from people in long distance relationships who have said that like finding my channel or like finding the conversations I've had about it actually helped them. So this is kind of just in the same way, just hopefully I might help someone else. That's one of the main things that you need to think about when you're about to get into one, or whilst you're in it. Like maybe you're in your first year, you're not thinking much, you're just enjoying the companionship and all of that stuff, but make sure you're thinking about the most important things, which would be, when are we going to close the gap? When I got into a long distance relationship, I was just like, I wasn't expecting it firstly. It wasn't something that I went for, so I wasn't really sure on how to like kind of navigate it or anything. I just went with the flow. So one of the things that I've learned is set goals on when you want to close the distance by. Sorry, background noise because I live in a flash here. Right, yeah, so one of the things, like I said, is set goals. It could easily be something as small as setting goals when we'll see each other next, but I think the most important thing is when the distance will be closed, because I never thought of that and it's doing my head in right now. Save yourself that hassle, okay? So the next thing is be spontaneous. Be as spontaneous as you can. Like try to do surprises. It could literally be a pop-up if you can afford it. If not, it could be, I don't know, sending them their favorite meals or like asking a friend to get involved. Already the distance is hard. You don't want the actual relationship also to become a bore, Keep it a little bit spontaneous in terms of like how you show affection, how you show interest to your partner. Number 3 is create traditions. For myself and Randy, one of the things that we kept doing, which we don't do anymore because it went left one time, and we just thought to always spend our birthdays together, because our birthdays are within a week of each other. So my birthday is like the end of February, his is like the beginning of March, so it just worked out really, really well like that. So yeah, create traditions. It could be as simple as, I don't know, every Friday you have a FaceTime call. It's a beautiful thing. It keeps things going in the right direction. One of the things that everybody should already know, but if you don't know, I'm telling you now, you're actually going to learn really, really well how to communicate being in a long distance relationship. If you're not aware of it, be aware, because you're about to go on a journey. You're about to go on a journey. Some days it will be rocky as heck. As long as you're communicating with intent, I feel like as long as you're telling somebody what you don't like and why you don't like it and what you'd like them to do, it's beneficial for both of you, and also you will have an easier time going through this journey. It's saying to someone, I just don't like it, doesn't really help, especially when you're that far away. You need more. So if you haven't already learned this, I'm telling you now, sis, bro, you're gonna need to buckle up, get ready to learn to communicate. Otherwise, you might be like 2 years in, like, ooh, well, damn, why didn't nobody tell me it was gonna be this hard? I feel like obviously relationships in general are hard, but the distance makes it harder. I honestly, if somebody asked me, would I recommend a long distance relationship to someone? I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to say no. I don't recommend it even for myself, okay? If you happen to get into it, my step number 1, make sure you set a goal on when you're gonna exit out of it. For people who, I don't know, who need their partners with them all the time, it can be very, very strenuous, and it can actually end a relationship. Not because the relationship is bad or anything, but it's just that you cannot handle just the separation and like all that comes with it. Make the time count. So any single time that you're spending together, make it count. If you're spending time, I don't know, watching a movie together, make sure you're actually, physically and emotionally present in that moment. Do not just plan things, and just not turn up for it. I mean, like here, you're not there, but you're physically there. Well, technically not, because you're on FaceTime, but make every single time count. If you meet each other, make sure you're doing activities, make sure you're enjoying each other's, like, the time that you're spending with each other. For some people it could be going out and doing things. For some people it could be sitting at home and just being with each other. Me personally, or my relationship, we love to like experience things together. We like to do things, so for us that's what works for us. And sometimes we actually like to just sit at home and do nothing too. That works for us too. So I think you need to find out what exactly works for both of you, but make sure every single time you're spending together counts, whether apart or together. The last thing that I want to leave with you guys is forgiveness. Now listen. If I could sing, I would sing this whole part, because oh, this is a lot. Forgiveness, you're gonna need a lot of it. And I think that is just a general thing for all relationships. But in long distance, like, the little things will annoy you a lot more. So you're going to have to let it go. You have to pick and choose your battles. Certain things are not gonna be as important or as necessary to argue about, because that's just a lot of stress that you're putting on yourself. A lot of stress. And you don't need that, sis. You don't need that, bro. You don't need that. I know it's easier said than done, but just figure out things you will not accept, like things that are just like a deal breaker, or things that are just offensive straight out, and things that maybe I'm just being a bit nitpicky. Do you know what I mean? So I really try to, like, you know, fast forward this and make sure I don't talk too much, because I found that in my videos I'm usually doing a lot of like la, 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 but I try to like keep it concise and to the point. I hope it's helpful for someone. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, even if you weren't really interested in long distance relationship. And I will see you on my next video. Make sure you give me a thumbs up if you like videos like this, so I can do a little bit more. Set goals, be spontaneous, make every single time you spend together count, create traditions, communicate with intent, and always remember that some things are not worth fighting over. Just let it go. Let it go, let it go. Yes, you're gonna have to do a lot of that. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.